Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett finds herself in an unusual position, rooting for Canada and Mexico in their stand against Donald Trump. She describes the situation as really wild, highlighting the irony of foreign leaders appearing to be the ones upholding democratic principles and challenging the power of the U.S. president. This sentiment is fueled by Trump's increasingly erratic and aggressive actions against both nations. The catalyst for Crockett's outspoken support stems from a series of confrontational moves by the Trump administration. The designation of Mexican drug cartels as terrorist organizations, a move empowering the U.S. military to take direct action, prompted a firm response from Mexico City. Claudia Sheinbaum, the head of Mexico City's government, unequivocally rejected any suggestion of U.S. military intervention, stating, "This cannot be an opportunity to invade our sovereignty," emphasizing Mexico's commitment to collaboration, not subordination. She declared that the Mexican people would not tolerate any infringement on their national integrity, independence, or sovereignty. Trump's aggressive posturing extends beyond Mexico. His attempt to claim victory over Canada in a hockey tournament, coupled with his repeated boasts of annexing Canada as the 51st state, provoked a sharp rebuke from Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Trudeau's social media response was simple yet pointed. "You can't take our country, and you can't take our game." The tensions between Trump and both Canada and Mexico also encompass economic threats. The Trump administration has repeatedly wielded the threat of steep trade tariffs, adding another layer of conflict to the already strained relationships. Moreover, Trump's unilateral renaming of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, coupled with his attempts to force the Associated Press to comply with this arbitrary change, showcases his disregard for international norms and established practices. Sheinbaum, in response to Trump's actions, even threatened to sue Google Maps for complying with the renaming of the Gulf of Mexico. Crockett's support for Canada and Mexico is deeply intertwined with her assessment of Trump's domestic political standing. She points to the significant number of voters who supported him in the November election, despite his conviction on 34 felony charges in New York, highlighting a concerning level of political polarization. Crockett, a progressive representing a Dallas-based district since early 2023, has been a vocal critic of the Trump administration. Earlier this year, she joined fellow Democrats in protesting Trump's so-called Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, and its unchecked access to vast federal financial systems. However, despite Crockett's activism and the concerns highlighted by her statements, a recent Survey USA poll suggests a lack of confidence among Democrats in Congress's ability to effectively resist Trump's agenda. The poll, surveying over 1,700 registered voters, reveals a pervasive sense of powerlessness within the Democratic Party in the face of Trump's actions, despite the clear concerns voiced by figures like Crockett and the evident pushback from foreign leaders. The situation underscores a deeply divided political landscape, where even the traditional alliances and power dynamics appear to be shifting in unexpected and unsettling ways. The confluence of Trump's aggressive foreign policy, his domestic political standing, and the perceived weakness of the Democratic opposition paints a complex picture of escalating political tensions, both domestically and internationally. Crockett's really wild observation encapsulates the bewilderment many feel witnessing foreign leaders acting as stronger checks on executive power than the U.S. Congress itself. The situation demands a deeper examination of the erosion of democratic norms and the weakening of traditional checks and balances within the American political system.